Oh, hello YouTube. I'm Dapie45. Welcome to my channel. So you might be wondering what I'm doing right now. Well, you see, Ditto's waiting for me in the kitchen, meaning that I can't really get around to get food. And of course, I do need food in order to survive, since every human being needs food to give them energy and survive. But I do not want to get attacked by Ditto and possibly get hurt. So I'm trying to think of a way to get around Ditto without getting hurt and able to get food away without any scratches on me. So that's why I've gotten the layout of the kitchen, and I'm going to think of a way of attack so that I can get around Ditto and get food, and then hopefully I can eat and survive without getting in the way of Ditto. So I'll check back on you right after I come up with the plan. Okay, I'm stuck. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, Ditto's patrolling the area, and I can't seem to get around him without getting caught. Everywhere I try to think, it just seems like Ditto's just gonna catch me. I really do not want to get caught and hurt by Ditto. Actually, I think I have an idea. Do you guys remember that movie Fantastic Mr. Fox? That involves the characters having to sneak into the three mean farmers' farms in order to get food for themselves. That might actually work for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch that movie, hopefully get some ideas, and then I can hopefully get food and bypass Ditto's security. Alright guys, come on, let's go watch that movie. Alright, I'm gonna watch the movie now, and hopefully I can get some pointers from it so I could gain some more knowledge of how to be a little more sneaky. This is great! Not only have I just finished watching the movie, but I also came up with a plan in order to get around Ditto without getting caught. I'm finally going to be able to get to eat. However, I do have some time before I do go out and sneak around Ditto, so I'm going to do a quick review about this movie. So before I start this review, I just want to point out that I did move from the other side of the room to this side because instead of the table, I wanted to use this bookcase so I could display more stuff, because I have included a Pixar section right here with the cup, the ball, and the Jackson Storm toy to represent the Pixar series I did. And I've also included some movies, which are milestone movies that I consider for the YouTube channel, because what I've included is Toy Story 2, which is the very first movies with Dapie I did. The Good Dinosaur was the first one with the skit. The Cars 2 movie was the finale for the Pixar series I did. And then Jaws is one that I'm really proud of. I really like that video. Another one I would include is the Phineas and Ferb movie, because that was the first one that I had a guest star, which was Jacob, on. But of course I do not own that disc, but I do plan on getting it so that I could put it on here and have it displayed. So I just want to elaborate on that, and it does look empty right now, but I do plan to fill it up with different movies here and different memorabilia as I go on with the movies and do more series and have more stuff to display. So now that I finished talking about the setup, it's time to get into this review. So Fantastic Mr. Fox followed this fox named Mr. Fox, who tends to sneak around and sneak into different farms and steal food to feed him and his wife. However, when he finds out his wife is pregnant, his wife tells Mr. Fox to leave behind the life of crime so that he could get another job and support the family without putting his life in danger. However, when he moves to a new tree, he finds the local farms owned by the farmers Bogus, Bunce, and Bean, and he wants to do one more heist to steal food from them before leaving it all in the past forever. So in my opinion, this is a pretty good movie. It has some very unique characters and the story is very interesting. And this movie has some very well-known actors such as George Clooney, Bill Murray, and Meryl Streep, who do such a wonderful job portraying the characters in this movie. And of course, the animation in this movie is really great. It goes along with the tone and setting of it, and I do really like how it is. It's a very interesting movie, but it is a very good one at that. And of course, the style of animation in this movie is stop motion animation, which means that they have these clay figures that they have to move very shortly and do different stop motion animations to make it go smoothly. And it's done really well. There's very detailed parts that do get moved in the film, and I do really like how much detail is put into this film because it is done really great and it really works. And the music in this movie is really great. It adds onto the setting and tone of it, which does really wonderful parts for this movie. And it is very memorable music, and when you're listening to it, it can be very catchy, such as like the Bugs Buns and Bean chant. It's very interesting since it's about the farmers, but it is pretty interesting and it is really good and matches the tone very well. The characters in the movie can be very interesting. They're a little odd at times, such as Mr. Fox's son. He's a very interesting person. They always have a thing where they call him, like, they put their hands up in the air and say that he's different, as well as other characters in the movies say that other characters are different. They'll do a little thing with their hands and say they're different. Of course, that's why they are a little odd, because they're different, but it is very interesting and charming with the characters, and they are some of them are relatable and are interesting, and I do like these characters very much. Of course, this is a really good movie. The only complaint I really have is that the humor can be a little odd at times, where it's just more sometimes awkward humor, which can be funny at times, but other times it's just awkward and not as funny. But other than that, it's pretty good. The characters are interesting and unique, and the storyline is pretty great. So my final rating I give this movie is an 8 out of 10. It is a pretty good movie, and if you haven't seen it and you are interested, I do suggest you watch it. But of course, it's not a must-see movie, but it is still a good movie. So now that I finished reviewing this movie, it's time to go back to the kitchen and try to sneak past Diddle so I can hopefully get a meal. Alright, it looks like Diddle's not there right now, so this is my time to make my move and get some food before he shows up. Alright, I got some coffee pods. It's not real food, but it's better than nothing. Finally, I get to eat some food. Oh nope,